115k BTC. We got Solana pushing into major resistance. It's been a complete outperformer. Is this going to tee us up for a couple of setups this weekend? So I've got you guys covered. We got tons of alts. We're talking Bitcoin and everything else around what's going to happen this weekend. So let's go. And remember, as always, hit the like, hit the bell, and hit the subscribe. I've got Mr. Green in the house. A little bit concerned. When he comes in green, I'm a little bit concerned.
I'm trying to convince the market to go the other way. Come on, let's pump.
Well, you're going to send him down with this outfit. I don't know. I feel like we need, if James goes green, we got to counter trade. When he's red, I don't know. I get edgy. I think we get better results when you're in black, to be honest. Okay,
let's look at black, huh?
Let's look at Banter Bubbles. Nice and green at the moment. Pump is doing well. We spoke about that yesterday. Absolute pumper. And I covered it again. I'm going to cover it again today with reasons behind this thing and why we need to keep paying attention. So we are going to look at that. Bonk is outperforming a lot of the other Sol memes at the moment. I actually brought out Popcat today for a change. I thought we need to take a look at that thing. And MYX, that thing, yeah, a little bit wild, that situation at the moment. Still not paying attention just yet. Okay, but let's get into BTC and let's see where we are. Let's go. Okay, BTC, 115k as we speak. Now, yesterday we had some pumpage. It was very nice. And as you can see, we're getting failed divergences here on the 2-hour chart. Look at that. Every time we go up, we're printing reversals, we're printing divergence, and they just keep this thing grinding higher and higher. Okay, the cash flow is nice and green. So that is still looking okay for potential a little bit more upside on BTC. So key levels here, if we're going to play the DGen game, all we want to do is follow this trend on BTC. You can see we are riding up. We're riding up trends, we're riding up VWAPs, and we want to ride up some of these fibs. So in terms of big levels, and the first zone for me is 114, 100. That makes a ton of sense. Nice horizontals, 50-day MA. We've broken above that. Can we hold and close above your 50-day MA? So that's a nice little bull zone there, 114, 100. Keep your eyes on that. We've got this VWAP creeping up as well, looking quite fun. So if you do get a drop here on BTC, it's probably a good opportunity. You probably see some weakness on the altcoins. You're probably going to find they're going to drop into some of the setups that I'm going to give you today. And then maybe we get some kind of bounce there on BTC. Okay. And then a little bit lower down, I was doing this with the Chart Hackers private Zoom this morning, the Friday banger session, and 112,800 is still my banger for the day. So if we do get some kind of meltdown, that 112,800 actually ties in with the max pain on the options expiry today, 112,800. So VWAP 382 trend horizontal, and yeah, don't want to go much lower than that. If we lose the trend, we need to have a different discussion. If we lose this trend, the team will no doubt be covering you for the live trading on Saturday. So if we lose this thing, you know, we probably go bearish, but we'll figure it out as we go. Right now, that's all you need to watch at the moment. That 112,800, lose that, and yeah, change your undies. Okay, and then upside, CME gap nearly closed on the CME chart. We can see we've got 117k here to the upside, and in terms of the CME chart, that thing actually pumped pretty high. Look at that, 116,800. They've pretty much closed their own gap there now, and this was the CME gap that opened up on the 25th of August. Okay, so that is pretty much done. So interesting to see if we can get a little bit more of a push out of the market. And if we do, guys, for me, the levels are 117k and 117,900. These are our sort of, I don't want to go much bigger than that. Okay, like if we go much bigger than that, there's some weird shit going down. Okay, so that's my ping pong zone for this leading into this weekend. Let's see what Saturday brings us. And my options expired when I hit 40. Alex, you got to get back in the gym, bro. You got to eat right. You'll get more options, okay? And just trade better, bro. You'll be fine, okay? And JD Bruce says gaps filled. Let's fucking go. What was the upside gap, JD? So you want to let's fucking go down? I don't know. I mean, we have closed that gap here. Let's see what goes on next. Okay, now I am running a poll here. I just want to see your sentiment at the moment. I said this weekend is green or licky's time. Now, I'm guessing some of you don't know what Licky's time is, so you kind of know what green is. So you went with green. Licky's time is down. Okay, Licky's time is when you get rinsed and you get your account wiped. Okay, that's called liquidation. So 61% green, 40% Licky's. Guys, keep this coming through, and Alex, just keep going there, bro. Keep this coming through, and I want to see the actual sentiment, because I think we know, if you've watched the show long enough, if you are too bullish in the poll, okay, if you like 65%, 70%, it tends to go the other way. Okay, so look out for that, because we do have some of these alts sitting at resistance as well. Okay, so there's our BTC 2-hour map for you guys. And then just in terms of the heat map, I just want to reset this weekly, just make sure we're on the same page. Let's get the weekly out. And okay, yeah, so upside, yeah, there you go. Upside 116,400 looking okay. And then downside, what a banger, yeah, 113. My God, that looks so nice and juicy. Look at all that lickies over there. So 113K. Let's just see where that is. Not too bad. Okay, so that would be a wick fill. That will be a wick fill in this region. So it's actually quite nice. It's in line with that banger zone. So if we get that, guys, that is a long zone. That is a nice long zone there on BTC. Okay, let's get into news. Let's get into lickies. Let's see what is actually going on here. 288 million. I don't know where this is coming from. Wasn't the market just going up today? I mean, were guys misbehaving? I mean, 288 million. What's everyone doing over here? Yeah, it seems like a little bit high for like a day that was relatively green. Our fear and greed back at 57. And what did you do today? Who survived? Okay, who survived PPI and CPI? That is actually a very good question. Did you guys get through it? I think one of the main factors here, and a key learning, if you want to trade these events, PPI and CPI, if you are using tight stops, you are wasting your money. So rather go smaller position, much wider stop, okay, and enjoy the ride. Enjoy the volatility when it wicks all the way down. Add to it, catch the ride up. If it pumps all the way up, you can look for short. All those things. But if you're keeping it too tight, well, you're asking to get ripped up, chopped out, and you're going to end up looking like this chicken anyway. Now, here's the options that we're talking about. 112K is max pain for BTC. This expires 4 a.m. That's done. That's done, actually. So we finished here. 4 a.m. Eastern time. This was according to Dupe. So we out of the woods here. That was our max pain.
I didn't realize it was so early. I knew it was today. I didn't realize it was before US was even awake. Interesting.
So there we go. That work is now done. Okay, that's an interesting one. Then let's look at $1 billion minted on USDT. That's always bullish. Okay, but what tends to happen, James? I'm always trying to remember exactly what happens, because we always know when they mint like $1 billion or whatever, there is some kind of pumpage in the market, but doesn't it get preceded by some kind of sell-off a little bit before? What do you think? What do you think?
I don't know. I just know we watch this metric and eventually it ends up in a pump. I'm not sure if there's a dump pump or how that works exactly, but generally speaking, we end up higher when this happens.
It always ends up higher, doesn't it? So maybe there's going to be a little bit more in the tank. This was a couple of hours ago, and we haven't seen a massive move out of BTC just yet. Okay, so we'll keep track. And Charlie Belilo stocks all-time high, home prices all-time high, Bitcoin all-time high, gold, money supply, national debt, CPI inflation 4% per year since 2020, 2x the Fed's target, Fed cutting interest rates next week.
Everything to the moon.
Everything to the moon. Okay, everything to the moon, apparently. Now, that is going to go down in 5 days. We're going to know the story. Is it 25 basis points? Is it 50? And we've even got some whack jobs calling 75. I mean, I don't know. Is it Jim Jeffries? Look, I don't know if 75 is going to happen, but for me, like I was doing a short this morning for the Banter channel, and 50 is possibly on the table, and Happiness agrees. Yeah, he got 50 basis points. He's calling it for the next FOMC, and he's told us why. Unemployment rate trending higher. Initial claims just had an unseasonal spike to 263, etc., etc. So we know he loves his macro stuff, and he's very good at it. So yeah, I mean, that's a fair call. And I think if we get this 50 basis points come the 17th, the market is going to absolutely pump. So as we get closer into that day, we got to monitor what is going on. Okay, so if we start getting a little bit excited and the polls start coming higher, saying the 50 basis points are on, we're probably going to pump into the rates announcements, which we're going to have to manage accordingly. Okay, if we're pumping too hard, we're going to be taking profits on that day. Okay, so just remember that. Make sure you're watching the show every single day, okay? Because we're going to go day by day into this thing, and we're going to know exactly what the market is doing, and we're going to plan the move correctly. Because if we pump too hard, there might be some amazing short opportunities for us around the corner. Okay, S&P and A3B1 says the market looks like December 24. What did that look like? Dumpy. It shut the bed.
No, that was pumpy, was it not? December 24. That was coming in. That was the Trump pump prior to his meme coin launch.
Trump pump.
Yeah, he had the meme coin launch in January. It was the day before the inauguration. The 19th is what killed the market. We were pumping crazy into that because everyone thought it was going to be super bullish. Then there was the meme coin rug pull, and then there was the tariffs, and it was downhill for a long time after that.
Okay, S&P, guys, keeps grinding. Okay, literally keeps going. I have no words anymore. People just keep buying the shitcoin. And then here's gold as well. Look at this thing. Gold is starting to consolidate. I'm still holding this gold short. And this thing is still looking nice and bearish on a couple of time frames. But there you can see we have reversed now on the daily as well. So, yeah, I mean, I'm no reason to close this current gold short. But notable for me, my MicroStrategy long has actually turned green. Okay, so we've been sitting in this one for a couple of days now, probably a week or two, and now we are turning nice and green. Well, not nice, it's like just green. Let's see if that thing is sustainable for us. So no changes there. Here's the MicroStrategy play, kind of just letting it do what it needs to do. 317, and hopefully at some point we are going to get that little pop. Like we sat in AAVE for like, I don't know, 7 or 8 days, and finally we're getting some moves out of this AAVE. So, you know, miracles can happen, and maybe MicroStrategy is going to deliver that for us. Okay. Funding rate, according to On-Chain College, funding rate is still elevated for BTC. A reset here would give me more confidence that the bottom has been formed. We are in the late stage of the cycle, so now is not the time to get cute with short-term positioning and miss a major move. Well, he's obviously not in Chart Hackers Discord, clearly not. But secondly, he's got a good point. Like this funding rate, a reset in the funding rate is like a brutal wipeout in the market. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is something we need to watch, because if we do get the reset, number one, that's going to be super bullish. But number two, you got to be ready to survive any type of wipeout that they give you. So again, my policy, hedge shorts, take his profits along the way, never hurt anyone. Okay, remember that. Never hurts to take a little bit of profit, have a couple of hedge plays. So what if the market keeps pumping higher? That's fine. If you get stopped out on your hedge short at the next big level, you look for another one. Okay, simple game plan here. Okay, so BTC on the 3-day, you can see we are pushing our 50-day moving average. If we close above that, might be pretty bullish for the next couple of days, as long as we close above that type of region. So that's 114K to 114,500. For me, if we close above this type of area, then there's possibility we grind, okay? And we go 118 and 121. Those look like incredible areas there in terms of the higher time frame BTC things. And I don't want to write that off. 105. I don't want to write off 100K. It's still here. We've got untapped macro fibs. I hate untapped macro fibs. When you get this close and you don't go and finish the job, I always get a little bit suspicious. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, let's get into alt season. James, it's officially the end of alt season. As you can see, we have now hit the top. We are in 78 and
T-minus 2 days. And this is all done.
2 days. Okay. Yep. So guys, from past experience or what we have seen, and now I'm not going to try and say like this, like obviously this time can be different, but we have seen multiple occasions where alt pump from Bitcoin season at the bottom there where it says 25 into altcoin season. We have a beautiful run and everybody FOMOs in because they decide that above 75 it must go higher. And that is normally the top. Okay, that is normally around about the top, and it lasts 3 days, 4 days, 2 days when it spikes into that area. So again, another thing, we've seen this movie before. You know, do you want to repeat the same mistakes as last time, or do you want to say this time is different? It's up to you guys. Okay, but for me, again, being a little bit cautious in these types of areas. Milky Bull says altcoin season in signal in every cycle has flashed on. Okay, so let's see what happened. First altcoin season signal, there was actually downside. Okay, so you can see there, it flashed on over there. Then there was actually downside for a short period of time. Then We had it in the COVID year, and there you can obviously see there was downside when everyone was pretending the whole COVID story, and everyone was getting lickies and what was going on there? Fuck, it was rough. Okay,
it was bad.
Everyone was masked up. Okay, and then the third cycle. Well, here we are again. So maybe a little bit of downside here, hopefully not COVID related, but yeah, possibly a little downside coming there for us. Now, in terms of dominance, again, we can see we're allowed to have fun. Okay, no one says we can't have fun. And dominance is now following the plan. The plan was 8-hour dominance. We're looking for it to move lower down. As long as we are going net down, it's good. Okay, the alts are cooking, the alts are nice. Where do you need to be careful? Well, for me, typically, I like to be careful when dominance hits a major support. And right now you can see dominance is close to a major support zone. So maybe a few more percent on some of these alts, maybe a fake out through resistance or whatever the story is. But 57.7 for me looks like quite a danger zone in terms of dominance where we can get a bounce. And remember, just 2 days ago, this bounce over here, liquid, what? How much million? 600 million? Got liquid, okay, on that bounce on dominance over there. So if you get this bounce on dominance over here, prepare your undies. Okay, make sure you have TP'd. Make sure you have some head shorts in play for yourself there at 57.8 to 57.7%. It could be a danger zone. And then the lower we go on dominance, all it's going to do is confirm our bullish divergence print on the 8-hour time frame. Okay, so we can obviously have a situation where we print multiple divergences and then we get the big move. So that is obviously on the table. But again, just pointing out, this is going to be our first bullish divergence print for dominance. And that ultimately means some kind of slingshot that's sustainable to the upside. You can see in this one, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-hour candles pushing all the way up. The last time we had that dominance. And Kyle wants to rent some Jeff. I mean, Jeff's pretty accurate. To be fair, Jeff actually nailed that shit yesterday. So yeah, if you guys enjoy it, I'm happy to bring him on every single week. I just don't want to make it like, I don't want to make it like miserable. If the market's not nice, I mean, I don't want to bring on a chicken to trade. It's a little bit less exciting. I prefer a green market when we're bringing on the chickens, okay? Just bathing in the alt season. Wait, oh no, it's not alt season. Jez, I don't know. Maybe this time is different, guys. Maybe this time is different. Okay, USDT dominance, same story. Looking nice and bullish on the oscillator. Look at this reversal time on its way. Look at that. There we go. Something's going to be happening there. Where does it happen? The question is, do we hit PMG George's level at 4.1%, or do we bounce right here, or do we bounce at 4.22? So all I can say is, what you need to do is watch each of these regions, pay attention to what's going on. Remember, USDT dominance pump is bad for the entire market. Okay, so levels for you, 4.22% and 4.11%. Okay, that is what you guys need to pay attention to there on USDT dominance. Remember, going up is bad, going down is good. Now, alts are pumping. Your family needs you. Don't leave your children behind. You look at this. Look what this kind of gets me out of bed as well. I can be absolutely exhausted, but when I hear things like that, ooh. Now let's look at this. What is hi-fi? James, do you have any idea what this thing is? It's risen from the dead. It looks like it came out of the bottom of the screen there and rocketed to the top. So it smells like a short opportunity here for us. And we can also see that Sol is moving into the overbought country at major resistance. Okay, so is it time to take the brakes on Sol? We saw AVAX pumping too hard the other day. What did it do? Rolled over a little bit. Sol pumping too hard now. Is it time to roll over a little bit on Sol? And how's it go? Oh, Scotty, hello. And man, I can't concentrate even when pooing. I mean, this is not helpful, Pablo. This is not helpful, bro. Okay, this is not helpful to me. James, what happened to the moderation?
You gotta keep the comedy going. That's what everyone comes here for. It's for the jokes. They're not here to see TA.
Yeah, come here for entries. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, let's talk some situations. There's a situationship at the moment. I'm in a situationship with ENA. Am I going to get rinsed? Okay, so ENA was one of my win entries, and it took 2 days. We hit our entry. Fuck me, this thing pumps 4 or 5%, and then it starts rolling over again, like offensively. Okay, so I've just added to this thing, and I'm now 30K long on ENA, and I've got a stop loss for 14,000 units at 0.741. So I'm going to start cutting if we start losing that. I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying the round trip here on this ENA. So we're going to talk about that. I've got the chart for you guys. In fact, we'll cover that straight after this. Then 𝗀, absolute cooker. I've been closing a little bit more. You can see I've banked already 2,100 on 𝗀 here. ETH, I haven't banked anything yet. Hyperliquid, I've banked $3,000. This thing's still grinding higher. Lido, I'm just flirting a little bit on this one. Grass, the short from yesterday. I think I added a little bit to that. It's going a little bit green. ETH short from yesterday. Radium still cooking. I've banked some profits there. 𝗃𝘃𝗃, I'm talking about that one today. And while I was driving earlier, I mean, I don't recommend trading and driving, but while I was driving earlier, I saw 𝗃𝘃𝗃 was doing things. And I thought, let me just start entering a position. So let's see. We're going to monitor this because 𝗃𝘃𝗃 might be something that could run for us. It's in quite a good area. And then I've got 𝗬𝗰. Again, I keep going short on 𝗬𝗰 at this resistance zone just in case. I've banked more profits there. I'm 3,300 banked on 𝗬𝗰. And XRP, it's just a sport really for me shorting that thing. I think just any opportunity, I have a go. I think it's just so topical. Now, there's 3 days left in the WSOT trading competition for Bybit. And I see some of the hackers, they had a crack, okay? The hackers have had a go. I saw 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was having a go at me. She's now 83%. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was coming second. We had Crypto Mooks, who was like 700%, and he's now come down. He's 185. So I'm coming second at the moment, and I've got a hit rate of 5 out of 5. Okay, so it's going well at the moment on this tournament. Not going too hard at the moment. We got 3 days left. Let's see if we get an opportunity on this weekend. Maybe we'll drop the trade in our channel on Chart Hackers. If I'm going to take a trade for this competition, it's going to be in the Chart Hackers channel for you guys for the WSOT. Okay, and then Raccoon Hands also doing quite nicely here at the moment. So all is well, guys. Well done for everybody who's cooking there in the top 10. Let's take a look at ENA. Let's go ENA quickly because we all close to getting stopped out. Okay, here it is. So here's the play from yesterday. We had a 4% pump. Now, James, I've got to ask you the question. No, from the bottom, we had a 5.3% pump. Can I claim that?
Well, sure, it worked. TP? But I didn't TP though. I held it and added to it, and now I'm sweating.
Okay, so guys, let me know in the chat. Like, I've got a perfect rate, a perfect or clean sheet on when entries. Okay, so the when entry is the channel in my section on the Discord where I drop a clean setup, stop, entry, TP, whatever. I've got a clean sheet. Okay, we haven't lost one yet. ENA's pumped 5%. Can I claim that? Let me know. Okay, you tell me. I like.
It went the right way.
It went the right way.
Exactly what it was supposed to. You can't help it round trip because the market round trip.
But I missed the TP. I missed the TP box by 0.58%. Okay, so guys, let me know in the chats. Did I fuck it up? Okay, like, can I claim that? Are you going to be nice to me about it, or are you going to tell me I must go rinse? Okay, I guess Gary says, like, Gary, thank you, Brads. Okay, guys, I mean, you got to tell me, like, because I don't want to walk around saying I've got a clean sheet on fucking whatever, and you guys think I didn't. So it's actually up to you guys. I mean, it pumped 5%. You tell me, are we being reasonable or not? Okay. Let's get back into, we actually need a poll for this. We actually need a poll. Let's see if we can make a poll. Okay, so we still got 60% going green. Let's do this poll quickly here, guys. Okay. Start poll. There we go. Can I claim ENA when entry? Yes. Oh, no. Okay, there you go. Let me know.
You know what? We haven't been stopped out though either. And right here, it is lunchtime in New York as we speak. This is when the market makes its real move of the day right now, between now and the end of the show. So you never know. This may go to Valhalla still. It's not over till the fat lady. Then
we'll certainly be claiming it. Okay. Okay, let's go ETH. Let's go ETH. Let's see what's happening. Whale moves $117 million worth of ETH to Binance after earning $60 million from staking. Okay, so he's earned his 60, and now he's going to dump his 117 million of ETH. I don't know. Is that going to affect the price? We'll have to wait and see. I mean, you tell me, you know, if you were this guy. But what I'm seeing now for me on ETH, I think there's an opportunity if we are going to get this little 3-day alt season that everybody wants or everybody is dreaming of. If we are going to get that, you're probably going to find ETH goes up to 4,600, 4,700, give or take. Okay, that's probably on the table. If it's going to do that, well, here's your entry. It's 4,500. down to about 4,460. So that's the cheapest entry I can give you, a 0.7%. Alternatively, you just drag it down and you use that 382 as your base. That's about a 1.6% stop loss. So have a crack at this one if you want to have a go. You can see we got some trend action up there as well. So if we do bleed down, maybe a bounce there and then maybe a bounce over there could play for you guys. So your risk from 4,500 is about 1.65%. Okay, and then remember, obviously, as a backup, it depends how deep you want to breathe, how deep you want to take these things, but you've got your VWAP from the lows pushing up there at a 4,360. So remember, all these charts that you see go into the Chart Hackers Discord directly after the show for you. You have access to all of them if you are in the Chart Hackers Discord. Okay, 4871 is where Yentel is going to send us on ETH. Okay, let's go. Galaxy Digital buying $160 million worth of SOL. They must be rather bullish on that if you're doing that type of thing. And I must say, SOL, what a fucking pumper this morning, okay, into our second major resistance zone, 242, that I gave you guys yesterday. So again, why I'm taking profit there, that is our TP zone that we gave you the other day. There were two main zones for me, 219 and 242. We are now at 242. Did you take profit or did you take screenshots? Okay, decide, because if it rolls over now, what are you going to do? Okay, so 242 resistance. If it carries on going up, what are we looking at? We're looking at a possible wick fill here to the upside, bang. So call it 280. Somewhere in that region would be nice. Okay, I'm obviously going to leave some in the tank in case we get a little explosive move here, but love it when institutions buy the top. I love that too. It's always good. Okay, it's funny, they always think they know and then they actually don't. They buy the fucking top and they sit in their boardrooms and like they must just watch the show. It's weird. Okay, so 242 and then 280 are the possible sort of major levels here to the upside on SOL. Big support now is 220. So how do we do this? If we want to say we want to have a weekend degen session, we want to have a go while we're doing whatever on the move this weekend, how do we play this thing? Okay, so very simply, guys, the strategy is the same. When the market is super bullish, what you need to do, you bang out local VWAPs, you bang out your 236 fibs, and then you play degen games and you pray to the crypto gods that they don't lickies you. Okay, so the system is follow the momentum. So as long as you're above the VWAP, you tend to be okay. When you close below the VWAP, then obviously things turn a little bit dark and dangerous and things get a little bit ugly. So if you want to play the bull games, these are the specific levels that would make sense to me that Solana could come hit. Now, obviously, like you got to draw the line with how degen you want to be. And I was saying earlier in the Chart Hackers Zoom that I did this morning, on a scale of like 1 to Maruk, how fucking how degen are you? Okay, so like Maruk would probably try and trade this on the 1 minute candles and she'll probably nail it. Okay, but in terms of what I look for, I can't be that degen. So 231 for me makes sense, and 225.5 makes sense to me as the first lines of support. Now, what does that look like? So it could potentially just be a lower high bounce that you're going to be looking at in that type of area. So don't be surprised if it does drop down into the zone. You get the bounce, you think you're away, and they just drop it back down into that region, and they just play this game until you hit the banger. Okay, so 231.7 degen bounce zone, 225.5 degen bounce zone for sure. Maruk is here. That's so funny. And then 220 is the banger. Okay, you got VWAP, you got 0.5, you got horizontal at 220, guys. So I don't want to tell you exactly which one it's going to bounce off, but for me, these are all the levels that you guys can play on, and that is what you're looking for in terms of the bounce zone. Okay, so watch those areas there, and 1 to Maruk. Watch those zones, guys. That is where I think you're going to get weekend action out of SOL. Okay, so right now, rolling over a little bit, you can see our oscillator on the 1 hour is turning down. If we use the information previously, we can see they're keeping it up here, and we've got a very strong cash flow at the moment. So I think the shit really hits the fan if we lose that level. Okay, then it gets a little bit ugly down there to the downside. But until then, look for a reversal in this neutral zone, and we could get something out of this for this weekend. Okay, so 210. Yeah, 210's on the table. Look, all these levels are potential zones. Like, because we've seen SOL absolutely ripping. Like, for example, this wasn't a 236 at the time. It wasn't a 382. And look what it does. Fires off, okay? This wasn't a 236. Fires off. And it just keeps going. So sometimes you just got to ride this momentum here. And 𝗏𝗀𝗃 says, let's long the top of pump. Where do I go, bro? I'm ready. Okay, I'm in. Okay, so Sol, there's your level. Remember, higher time frame. This is bearish. Okay, once again, if you want to open a head short or you want to take some profits, literally, you are not wrong. Okay, you are at a danger zone here. You're at a typical resistance rejection zone that you could possibly roll over on here on Sol. Okay, so let's actually take a little bit more profit. Okay, there, I'm going to take another 6% off there. And now we're 50,000 long on Sol. And let's open let's go $15,000 short here, just as a hedge play. Okay, so if the market shits the bed, at least I've got a little bit of cover. I'll give it a nice wide stop here, 245.2. Okay, there it is. And that's fine. Okay, so the long can pump me up and the short can do things and do whatever it needs to do here, and then maybe give us some kind of roll over here and protect us. Dale, I agree. Okay, like I don't want to become like a pump bull like that just keeps talking about pump, but like I think the facts are the facts with the money that it's making, and I think we just keep riding the momentum until it's gone. Okay, there might be some FUD again and that thing rolls over, but Husby, bro, do what you need to do. Okay, I'm just literally just showing you what I'm doing, guys. Okay, it's like literally up to you. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so there's ETH, there's Sol. You got the play there. You got the playbooks there. What else we got? 𝗏𝗏𝗏. This is a nice one. Okay, so there's conflicting sort of comments here, James. I wonder what your thoughts are on some of this, but AAVE Research, okay, they've dropped a thread here on why 𝗏𝗏𝗏 is bullish, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm not going to read all of this stuff to you, but fundamental guys, you know the drill. Now, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 was a liquid staking narrative, same as Lido, etc., etc., on the Sol network. So yes, like it makes sense to have a look at this thing. Mike Dudaz says 𝗏𝗏𝗏 at 682 million market cap is absolutely wild. Revenue, meta, and all. Now, like, is he taking the piss? I mean, does he think this thing can go higher, James? Because I see this comment underneath from this guy, Terry, says, last 24-hour revenue, $6. But I mean,
sounds like a typical moon boy in crypto. Huh? Yeah, with $6 of revenue. I don't think it's going to
literally saying, is this correct? Did 𝗏𝗏𝗏 make $6? So guys, I don't know. Okay, I actually don't know. There's so much dog shit on Twitter. You actually you just never know what is right and what isn't out there. Okay, so that's why I can say, like, I focus on the oscillators, I focus on the moving averages, and I play that game because I know that's reliable to me. Okay, so in terms of 𝗏𝗏𝗏, if this thing is going to go bullish, I want to ride it. I'm happy to try and ride it. What we can see here, Bull Bella, God, please send us to 260 this weekend. If it's going to move, okay, you can see we're putting pressure on the 200-day moving average. Why is this a big deal? Okay, every time we've hit it previously, we reject. Okay, it's not a good thing. Now, remember, how many times I longed the top of ETH at the 200-day MA until it exploded? Now, this could be the one, okay, on 𝗏𝗏𝗏, for example. We're putting pressure on the 200-day MA. Is there a chance we close above this thing and absolutely explode? So the question is, yes, there's a chance, okay, because we know if we blow through the 200-day MA, this shit rockets, okay? We've seen multiple examples of these tokens blowing through the 200. So for me, I want to have a crack, okay? And if you want to have a crack, you're welcome to join me, and I want to give you the banger. So the banger for me is this first region with the VWAP from the lows on Friday. So Friday the 12th, the lows, the 382, the 100-day MA, and the 200-day MA coming across here on 𝗏𝗏𝗏. So my view is, as long as we're holding this VWAP, like, I must go, okay? I must give this thing a go and see if we can get an explosion through the 200-day MA. The worst thing that we're going to do is be wrong, and the best thing we're going to do is be rich, okay? So close under the VWAP, 1.92 is going to be the first cut zone for anyone who wants to try this long. So 1.92, you're going to close under that VWAP, okay? So that is your first degen play. That's probably from the entry zone, if you can control yourselves, okay? From the entry zone is 1.3% risk, okay? So look out for that. If you want to ride it and you want to build a position and you say, like, you believe even if there's a short-term sell-off in the market, a quick little flush, you believe the market can remain bullish this weekend in spite of a dip or something like that. What you could do is ride this thing down and ladder into a position with the view that it's going to hold the 618, okay, which also has quite a nice fair amount of confluence down here. We've got a VWAP, we've got horizontals in play, and we've obviously got our 618. So option one is the degen play. You enter from 194 down to 192. That is your entry. You exit under the VWAP. So if you close under the VWAP, 192, that's probably a good exit place. Your risk is like 1 point something %. Alternatively, you let 𝗲𝗃 bleed into your zone. So if things turn a little bit ugly now this afternoon, what you're going to look for is just maybe 3 or 4 entries. So you're going to grab some there, you're going to grab some there, and you're going to grab some there, and it might just mess around and then pop. Okay, and then when you blow that 200-day again for the second time, then maybe you are going to get a little bit of flavor. Now, is he using the Uno reverse card on me? I mean, I fucking entered you guys properly, though. I mean, jeez. I mean, you guys like, I don't know what to say. Jez, what the hell? Okay, like I'm trying to give you guys the best possible alpha here. Okay, there's your entry on 𝗲𝗃. Blow the 200-day again. TP when? TP when you're ready. You know what I mean? It's like, just let it blow up first. Let's get the entry. Let's not worry about how high it goes. But if it does, you'll be happy. Okay, so yes, 𝗬𝗰 for me still bearish. Look at that, bearish on the 8-hour. Bearish divergence. Look at that blue reversal dot, divergence turning over. So again, a nice hedge play. 𝗬𝗰 at major resistance. Why is this big resistance? It's a descending trend. 8-hour, 12-hour major resistance, 0.5 fib as well. So that could be a rejection zone. Okay, so there's a possible short at hand here for you guys on 𝗬𝗰. Again, let it roll over. A nice cover for you. If it doesn't roll over and it blows through, congratulations on all your longs that are cooking. Let's go pump virtual AAVE. I did cover you this just now. And there goes pump again. A little bit early, isn't it? I wanted to give you guys this entry. So yeah, pumps from yesterday. I have added to this thing. So it was an absolute cooker. Hopefully some of you guys got it. Very simple entry yesterday. And a perfect example of what I was trying to explain to you guys yesterday in terms of trading momentum and trading the bullish move. All we wanted to see was pump drop on a fib and a VWAP. And that's exactly what it did, I think, live on the show when I took the trade, and then off she goes. Okay, so it's just a typical example that you guys can use. Virtual, that was the degen play that I took on virtual. Also a nice little mover there. No reason to close it yet. And AAVE has obviously finally woken up here for us. So trading that on WEX. And AAVE, my target is the VWAP. Okay, so that's all I'm looking for. 323 on the target there for AAVE. That is a good exit point. If you're looking for an exit, look at that nice resistance band there on that guy. Okay, let's talk hyperliquid. Let's talk pump, the momentum plays. And PayPal's done some kind of deal here. What's going on? We're all in. Let's expand the hyperliquid community together across the broad network of 400 million PayPal and Venmo accounts. Okay. Probably bullish. Okay, you're doing deals like this and people are getting involved. That's probably something to pay attention to. Now, what do we do with hyperliquid? Now, we know this is a nice momentum play. We know it seems to get bought up after these dips. Look what happens after these wicks. They just buy the shit up. Look at that. When you get these sell-offs, they just buy the stuff up. So again, I'm holding on to hype. I've taken a ton of profits, and I believe, we're going to get multiple opportunities on this thing as long as it's making money. And in terms of a reversal, 30 minutes, it's around the corner. We're very close here. Just want to dip into that zone and then get some kind of pumpage out of hype. Okay, so in terms of the short term, I think we could get a degen bounce again. And we've already actually had one today off the VWAP. Look at this. So earlier today in the banger session, we gave this long 55.67. Out of hype. So we got that little bounce. Look at that VWAP and 236, a little beauty. And what does it do? Lower high, and that opens you up for something like that. Okay, that is obviously on the table now for us on hype. So degen entry, when entry, here we go. 54.8 now, down to 54.4. Your risk couldn't be less than 1%. You can take it up to about 1.5%, even if you want to incorporate the 786 as well. That should give you multiple opportunities here to build something. So 1 to 1.5% risk, and then upside probably all-time high again. If we get a strong bounce this weekend, you probably go take out that fib that I was talking about. Is Dogecoin really exploding? Is this true? Why the fuck is Doge exploding? It's long the top. Okay. Locked in. Long the top of Doge. Okay.
Elon is posting about it apparently here.
Why?
I don't know. Anytime he does that, though, that's what used to be the only driver for this damn thing.
Well, it still is. Okay, well, we're going to long the top of Doge. We're going to get liquid here. And literally, this could be the Pico top. Like, if it rejects here, this could
now
be
it's going to fall over.
This could be the greatest form of comedy fucking in history. Okay, literally, you can't get more top than this. Okay, I haven't even looked at the chart. Okay, let's see if we get absolutely rinsed on this Doge. Okay, that's cool. That'll be fun. We'll clip that for you guys. That'll be an absolute banger. You can take the piss out of me all day. Okay, so hype, there you go. 54.8 down to 54. 54.8 to 54. Reasonable bounce zone in terms of the oscillator. If it happens pretty soon, like, we should get a bounce there. Okay, and Jess is possibly short the top. Why would you short the top when you can long the top? So ridiculous. I mean, guys, don't you know? We want to short the bottom and we want to long the top. Okay, keep it simple. Okay, talking about DEXs and things like that, don't forget 𝗟𝘃𝗲𝗿. It's a CoinW product. They a DEX, okay, on CoinW. And if you are trading on this DEX, it's a new DEX. You can trade on this platform. They are doing an airdrop of their token around the corner as a reward for trading on the platform. Okay, so you can see all these traders here doing whatever they're doing, and you can play around with this platform. There's a link in the show description for you guys, but literally, if you're trading on the platform and earning fees and doing whatever, the bonus is you're going to get their token, and if it takes off, well, then you might have a DEX that's pumping. Think about all those DEXs out there that have done really well. Okay, so think about that. And Finian says it's going. So guys, you can find everything I talk about in the show description. Just go to under more, click under more. You'll find everything here, from the accelerator course to the Chart Hackers Discord to all the exchanges that I like to trade on. Everything is here. Even the bots from yesterday are sitting there. My Ton bot is there, still waiting for you guys if you want to copy it. I actually made a pump bot today. On the Banger Zoom, I created a pump bot on this situation. Okay, so pump, let's go. Oh, look at that. Okay, so reversal on pump on the 30 minutes. This thing's quite brutal. So look what I've been tracking here on this thing. Okay, every time we hit the lows on this oscillator, lower time frame, we're getting quite sharp moves out of this thing. At the moment. Okay, so in terms of pump, like, I obviously trying to build a position here. I want to get something going at the moment on 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃 here with this thing. So looking for a little bit more, but in terms of like explaining the reaction zones, you can't get better than this. This is like the perfect lesson for you guys. Look at that, a bounce on the 0.5. We're in a nice downtrend, but we're showing signs of reversal. So what I like to do is grab an entry on one of these zones. Then we're cooking, we're ahead of the game. If we start breaking trend, you start adding to the position and you grow the size. So if it does roll over, well, at least you got a low entry, and then you can play again down here, same story, and you can ride the momentum to the upside. Just want to make $100 for the Discord fee. There's so much content in there, John. I think, yeah, you just follow, maybe don't follow all the channels. It can be overwhelming. Maybe pick a channel, maybe follow when entry. You'll probably make $100 out of that thing, I would guess. And pop gas on Altcoin. Okay. Elon Musk, I love you. Is Doge still pumping here? Oh my God, cute. I don't know how long it's going to last though. Okay, so in terms of pump, I'm in it. I obviously want to grow this thing. DGen levels for me, I'm tracking 30 minutes. I'm trying to play like the DGen play. You can see we've just reversed now on the 30 minutes. So in terms of levels that make sense, 0.058 and 0.0567. So if you want to play these two levels, you can incorporate them together. Same story, about 3%. So you ladder in slowly on this thing. You give it time to come into the zone. You give it time for the slingshot, that whole story. Let it play out, okay? So the good thing could be if this thing does pop up and we drop another level, you get your bullish divergence like that, and then you get the hard push to the upside. Okay, so remember, sometimes a lower low on price is actually quite bullish for you for a bigger sustained move. So 58 to 567, look for something here. If it happens soon, you'll print the bullish divergence and then it goes. Okay, then it could be a play. WLD, I use this one WLD, I just want to show you a little lesson. Now, obviously, it's difficult to watch all of these tokens and to get them at the right time and to grab the right zone. So occasionally, if you're trading regularly, occasionally you're going to come across a token that is pumping so hard when you are sitting in front of your screen, okay? And what do we do at Chart Hackers when we see something pumping so hard? We try and short it, okay? And we often absolutely nail it. Now, there's a very simple recipe that you can look for those things. And Maruk, I see that. We're going to see. Now, WLD absolutely ripped to the upside for whatever reason. But look what it pumps into. All you need to do is look for your macro levels and macro 200-day or 200-day MA, 50-day MA, macro fib pool, VWAP from a high, all those types of things. If these things are exploding, okay, just pull out those big zones and look for a short in those areas. This is a VWAP from the absolute highs on WLD in March 24. Okay, so that was over a year and a half ago. Look how perfect that VWAP is sitting there. Bang into the VWAP, okay, and you have a crack. Okay, you have a crack, guys, in those areas, and time and time again, they deliver for you. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that again. Put that in your memory bank. Okay, so I'm not looking for anything new at the moment on this thing. I don't love the look of that. That could come down, obviously. But in terms of this, if you're just looking at, like, you see this thing pumping and you catch a short like this off the VWAP, for example, there's a 25% rejection just on that guy. Okay, so has ETH now exploded? Is it officially alt season? Okay, so let's see. Where's this ETH chart? Yeah, cute. Shall we, let's for fun, come, let's add some more ETH here. Come. Okay, there we go. It's not fun unless we're adding. Okay, so let's see if ETH goes a little bit higher. Okay, so there you go. Pump's looking good. WLD's looking shit. Core, this is a good one. Okay, so I know DJ and Dave looks at Core a lot. I haven't seen his latest work on what he's doing with Core, but interestingly to me, this thing, it's like pretty stable at the moment. And what I picked up on the 4-hour time frame is a little bit of like divergence here. Look at this. We've got the cash flow moving up, and we've got the price coming down, and we've got the oscillator coming down. For me, that feels a little bit bullish there. Okay, so watch Core. What I can give you on Core, 45. Okay, shitcoin casino, 45. Use that. Okay, so if you get a little wick into that zone, that's good support. So 4.5, even 4.55, and down to 4.5, 4.55 down to 4.5. There's a nice zone on Core. This thing could explode as long as you're holding that VWAP. Just watch that. Let this thing come into play here this weekend, and then you could be okay. On that guy, then PEPE, I've got this for you. Again, difficult for me to give you an entry when it's like floating around here. You know, like you can play these flags, obviously. But like, I want to give you guys a banger. Now, obviously, I can't guarantee that this thing doesn't just explode from here and blow the 50-day MA. But in terms of a banger, for me, 1019 on PEPE makes the most sense to me at the moment. Okay, 1019. Don't tell me PopCat is going. This is not fair. Okay, 1019 on PEPE. That's the banger. Upside resistance is 108. Okay. Please tell me PopCat's not really popping. Link, guys, same story. Okay, look at this. It's just, what have we done here? We dropped earlier today. Okay, VWAP at 236. So, guys, I still like Link. I think you're going to get a nice play here. I think you got to be patient. Like, if some of these altcoins break these highs, then it's another story. Okay, then you can maybe try and play the momentum and stuff like that. If you're entering alts now, you just got to work out your risk to the downside. Okay, what is your risk here to the downside? 2%. Okay, so if you want to play Link now, you 2% risk and you are 3.8% risk. Those are your risk options. Where do I look for a brand new conviction trade where I'm like, fuck, okay, this is a play. I've got a divergence. Things are looking good. Like, where's that for me? That is here. Okay, that is 23.8 down to 23.5. That is like the conviction zone for me. Okay, so that's the zone where I say to myself, this is my reasonable hot zone. This is where I get a high accuracy result on these trades. And, you know, those are the ones I play or try and play consistently. Obviously, we're fucking around sometimes. We long the top. We have a laugh. As long as we accept that those are degen things and we're happy with taking a hiding. If we're wrong, you know, then proceed. Just don't waste your best bullets on some degen stuff, if you know what I mean. Okay, so Link 24.1, 24.2. and 23.7. Those are the bounce zones for me on Link that are reasonable for me that I'm looking for. Okay, so those are the areas there. And then let's look at ENA still alive. Okay, let's look at Poppies. Where's Poppies? Okay, you guys got me like all edgy there when you said Poppies was going, and it's okay. It hasn't gone that much. Shall we long the top of this Poppies move, James? What do you think? Shall we go to 0?
What's
Shall we go to 0?
Doing? If Soul's going, sure. If Soul's going to dump, though, that's a bad idea.
Soul's like kind of flat now after this morning's run. AAVE's looking nice, eh? Look at this thing. It's looking like aggressive.
Finally. It was a slow mover, but now it's going.
I've been in that for a long time.
Yeah, like, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, whatever the hell it was.
It's long.
It's finally going.
Okay, so Hype's nice, Pump's nice, Core's nice. PEPE, yeah, I mean, guys, you can see why.
Like here, though?
It's not. It's to be honest, PEPE actually looks better. Like,
well, and if ETH is waking up, Soul's already had a run, and it should pause here. If ETH's gonna start moving, then PEPE would be the better bet, no?
Let's look at Soul ETH quickly. Yeah, Soul ETH rejecting.
Rotation.
Okay, so based on that, let's just long the top of PEPE. Come.
Okay. What buttons am I pushing?
I'll give you guys a stop now as well. Okay, we look at the 15 minutes. We're going to long this thing, and the stop is under one of these candles. This is what you can choose. Okay, so this is like DGen shit. If you guys want to play DGen games, this is how I do it. If I'm going to do DGen things, I look at the breakout candle, for example, and I say, okay, cool. My safest play is a stop under the breakout candle. Alternatively, you look for the previous lows or the previous wicks. So options are, number one is 𝗂𝗆𝗍𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆 𝗂𝘃𝗃324. Okay, so that is literally how I do it. If there's a momentum play, I look at the breakout candle, I'm like, okay, fuck it, let's go. And then a stop under that candle, or you go the previous lows, you bang out a stop, and then you pray to the crypto gods and you say, please don't lickies me. Okay, and sometimes you're going to get licky. Okay, it's as simple as that, guys. So there we go. Okay, just good luck. No one wants to get licky. Okay, so guys, there you go. Okay, long the top of Doge, long the top of PEPE, shorted might be the top of Sol. I think you've had a nice mix of options there today. And Zimmy says even ADA is popping at the moment. Okay, guys, what I can say, if there's momentum here on some of these trades, make it count, okay? So ramp that shit up, okay? On these things, let's get a fast push to the upside and then start taking some profits, okay? Especially these breakout trades, because the entries on the breakouts are actually quite shit. Like the best entries are the reversal plays that we lock in lower down. When we're playing breakouts, I try and ramp it up fast, maximize what I can take out of it, and then just start laddering out, okay? So let's even get that momentum. And yeah, let's get out the gates first without getting rinsed. Okay, James, anything you'd like to say?
Good luck, everyone. Come on. We need a nice green weekend. Lots of fun. Last weekend was horrible. Just sat there doing nothing all weekend. Wasted the whole weekend staring at the screen. We're going to have a nice, pumpy weekend. I can feel it. It's coming. Let's will it to happen.
He's confident. He's confident. Okay, well, he wore the green shirt. He didn't wear it for nothing. Okay. God, PEPE's turning red. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay, guys, that was fun as usual. Friday, be safe this weekend. 𝗏𝗏𝗏's team, they're going to do live trading for you tomorrow. Okay, live trading up or down, whatever, they'll be there and we'll do a session. And then I'm obviously back on Sunday. Okay, see you guys later.